Hi, and welcome everyone to Dustin Expo Speaker Box Conversations. My name is Gordon Anderson, and I'm sitting here with Erik Pettersson, the Environmental Manager and Chief of Circular Innovation. Was that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
At Inrego, and Inrego is a company that works with reusing, take back and reuse IT products. And I'm going to leave the question quite open. Like, what is reuse? Because it's not recycling.
Exactly. So it's very simple, actually. Recycling is taking your product and grind it to different materials that you can use for different stuff, copper, lead, and whatever. We don't do recycling. We do reuse. And reuse is reusing the whole product from the first user to this next user. So that is all about the take back as a service. It's about reusing.
So take back as a service, you say, like as a service is something we use a lot here at the show, and overall that is the new stuff.
Yeah.
Everything as a service. So what is take back as a service?
Take back as a service is making it very easy to reuse your products. And let's start with what happens if you don't reuse your products. You're probably going to put it in the basement or in the recycling can. And that's not the best way.
That's the end of that.
Exactly, that's the end of life. And whatever value that was in the product is lost, of course. But the information that's stored on the equipment is not lost. And you need to have control of your information. That's what GDPR says, right? And third of all, what happens to the environmental impact? Well, the environmental impact when manufacturing new products is huge. So if you prematurely throw them away, you're going to waste those resources and those emissions that were let out in the atmosphere when producing. So
But so reusing products instead of recycling them. Like, I don't want to buy a used computer for my company. Like, where do the products, how do you reuse them? Where do they end up?
I mean, first of all, you need to think about products that are professional products. And private organizations, like companies or public organizations, have professional IT products like computers and phones or servers and whatever. They are made to last a lot longer than companies are using them. So you might use your computer for 3 years in a Swedish or European company, but they're made to last for 6, 9, 10 years. It depends on who will use them and for what. And we are, after they've been taken back to us, we help company with picking up, of course, and then also data wiping and testing and reconditioning. And we sell them to the next user. That could be a school. So a lot of schools can get more computers for the same budget. And there's still, I mean, you still have 6 or 7 years more to go on the computer. So they are used in a lot of different ways.
So even though I think like this product as end of life, I've used it for 3 years, there's a lot of different people and organizations that
of course,
have a good value for them. And so if I then start to use Take Back as a service, what do I get? If I call you guys and just, okay, I have a lot of equipment. Every year there's new equipment. I buy some stuff and some stuff needs to be thrown in the trash. But I want to do something better for the environment.
We want to make it easy for you. So first of all, we're going to, if you want, we're going to put a value on the product so you know what it could be worth. But we'll always pick it up at your place, bring it to our plant that is a secure facility, and there we will data wipe and test it, and also after that you will get the report back. What was it worth? Here are the data wiping certificates, so you know that they are data wiped, and you will also get an environmental report that says how much carbon emissions did this reuse save.
Oh, that's really
so,
good.
and that can you use in your own environmental report, or you can make your IT department the environmental hero for once. And that's a cool thing.
So what's the type of product would you say is the most valuable or the most easy to reuse?
I don't think you should hesitate to reuse anything at all, but I mean the vast number of equipment that are in companies are, of course, laptops and other computers and phones and screens and servers, and so for all the computers that we are receiving, we can reuse 95%.
Oh, that's
of
a lot.
those. That's a huge number.
But
So
what happens to the other 5%?
the other
that you get in
5%
and-
is sent to recycling because they were not fit to reuse anymore. So everything will be recycled in the end, not by us, but let's not throw them away prematurely. That's the main issue here, I think. We buy things and we throw them away too early, and we'll say we as humankind maybe.
But then maybe what is the most common question you guys get when it comes to this for people who aren't reusing and don't really know what you're doing?
Ooh, what's the most common question?
Is it monetary value that they want, like, oh, can I get money from old products, or is it more how does it work? Or
yeah, that's one question, of course, and anything you do for the first time, you want to know everything about. So first time you get a lot of questions, and after that, not so many questions because it's quite simple and clear, and you get all this information on your portal on the internet, so you can see whatever data wiping certificate you like to see, or environmental statistics, or even your asset that you don't any longer own.
So to conclude this, what is your 3 tips for a company that doesn't already do take back and reuse, for a company to start? What do they do?
Well, get in touch with Dustin and say, I'd like to do the take back as a services, please. And we at Inrego will be the ones doing it.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it, yeah. And you don't really have to do very much more than that.
But that sounds really good. You don't need to do much,
Yeah,
but you get
much,
value
yeah.
and you save the environment.
Exactly.
That seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, and your GDPR troubles are less.
That is a very good thing as well. Thank you very much, Erik, for
you.
this, and
Good to be
thank you
here.
all for listening.